Bob. All right, so I'm Bob Needs, owner, president of Scale Free Systems, and this is Boys Town Mechanical Room. We have here 3 controllers, one for each chiller and plate frame heat exchanger. As you can see, the top one is the probe voltage, that is the energy coming out of the system. The bottom one here is the biocide that regulates the biocide probe to activate the copper silver. And then we got the connectivity set point and blowdown right here at the bottom. These 2 here are just probes and biocide, and they fluctuate with the energy. Plus we need 3 biocides with the volume of water we have here, 2,000 tons of chillers. Okay, this is chiller 1. As you can see, we have a galvanic cell here with a probe system. That's what you see on the controller at 464 volts. We pull that energy out, go to the control panel, we come back and we attach it to different parts of the piping. And if you walk over this way, we have different connection points on the chiller. So what we do is we connect everything that the probe system will protect, because we protect the equipment, not the water. Or we treat the equipment, not the water. But all these connections here are continuity connections to make sure the equipment is all polarity the same. So you got the negative and positive that is eliminated, so everything's positive because the water is positive and the outside of the equipment is positive. So this blowdown, so now here we're on the side of the connections to all the equipment. As you can see, we've got connections on the chiller itself, the piping, to make everything continuity with the positive energy we get from the control system. So when that comes back here, now all this piping here is the same polarity as the water inside, along with the chiller base itself. So now we have a neutral environment that will not cause corrosion or scaling. So this is chiller 2, the same setup as chiller 1. You got the galvanic cell and the probe here. It sees the water going from the condenser water return and supply through this probe system, pulls out the positive energy in the water, goes to the control panel, back to here, and follow me. Okay, this is the other side of chiller, so you can see how we got the connection points on the body of the chiller, the piping, so we have continuity with all the piping as the same as the water inside, so we're positive in, positive out. It's a neutral environment. That's what keeps the scale and corrosion from happening in the chillers. Done. We're at the heat exchanger. It's similar to a chiller system. You got the probe and a galvanic T here. We take the supply and return, run it through, so we're seeing the water that goes to that plate frame heat exchanger. We come out of there, we go to the control panel, it reads the voltage, comes back here, then we connect to different parts of the piping and the exchanger, and then we go to an independent ground, which I did not say on the chiller 1 and 2, but everything at the end goes to an independent ground rod that's outside. So we're dispersing the energy into the ground, and that's very important for our system to maintain the neutral environment. All right, these are the 3 control panels for the boiler systems. And they're basically doing the probe system on top, no biocide, but it's all the energy coming out of the boiler. As they run and heat up, this voltage will go up and down depending on how hot the boiler gets. So these are the control systems for the boiler. Now, we'll head over here we'll head right here to boilers. We're at boiler number 1 here, and what's unique about Scale Free Systems is that we protect all heat transfer equipment. Other non-chemical systems just rely on the cooling side, and they can't treat heat exchangers or boilers like we do. So we actually are a full service on non-chemical for all heat transfer systems, like a boiler. You never see a non-chemical system on a boiler. So Scale Free Systems is a non-chemical physics-based water treatment. So when we have our probe system in here, as you see here, we're able to valve off, take this probe out and clean it, put it back in, and this probe system will see the water in the boiler itself. to bring all the energy out, take it to the control system, come back, and then we attach it different parts of the tower or different parts of the boiler on top, and we go to an independent ground rod. So each boiler will become the same polarity as the water inside, so you don't have a negative positive reaction. So it's important to blow down a boiler to maintain like 3500 connectivity off the blowdown down here, and then take all of the on your PMs when you open your boiler out, take all the sludge that falls down off the tubes and remove it, and just like you would any normal PM practice. So the reason scale-free systems works on all heat transfer systems because we're a non-chemical physics-based application. So we take the physics of how we change the polarity of the water and the equipment itself to make a neutral environment. That's what's unique about scale-free systems. Now all three of these boilers have scale-free on them. So we come over here. So if you want to take a picture of this that they don't need anymore, that's a soft water softener salt. This is all the softeners and all the chemicals they use to maintain the boilers and the cooling tower. So scale-free systems eliminates the use of softeners and chemicals. So right here you see all the stuff they have. Obviously these chemicals here will probably after a while disappear. The softeners will stay in place. They may use it for other parts of the complex for drinking water, but they don't need it today. They used to use it for the chillers, which I think ruined some of the tubes on the chillers. That's why they were interested in scale-free systems, along with being environmentally friendly, also water savings. So right now these are disconnected. They're not using a softener. These are the feed water tanks that we protect also. So we have the same setup here. The probes see in the water. We have it to where they can blow it down to get new fresh water. The control systems are over here for the feed water tank. You can see where it's 553. There's a lot of water coming in here to make up for the boiler. So 553. The deaerated tank is 159. So I put it on the deaerated tank too, just to protect the equipment, because we protect the equipment. So each piece of equipment would have a scale-free system controller and a scale-free system probe. And this is the same setup. We got the probe coming in. They can flush this out, keep new water in this probe, and going through. This one here doesn't have as much potential energy because it's taking the air out of the boiler system. Okay. All right, so the summary is scale-free systems can protect all type of heat transfer systems. We got two chillers over here. We got a DA tank and a feed water tank. We got three 600 horsepower boilers. They're all working together, taking all the energy out of the whole system, and they're taking it to the outside of the equipment, make a neutral environment. All the piping that's attached to the pieces of equipment will have continuity and protect all the piping going out. And it's all possible for scale-free systems because we're a physics-based, non-chemical system, which is totally different than the rest of them, because we don't rely on physics to make it neutral. So as the water goes up and down, hotter, colder, harder, hard water, doesn't matter. It fluctuates with the minerals in the water and the voltage going through. So that's why it doesn't matter what type of water we have. We can't have softeners in our system because you can't take the minerals out of our system because that's our circuit. So the good news is you don't need a softener. The other side of the bad news is all that deposits will go into the tower, to the boiler. It has to be done and cleaned out like a PM practice anyway. So now we're environmentally friendly, chemical free, and hopefully this clears up a lot of questions you have. Thanks.